Well, the cloud of the 7-game losing streak has lifted and brought in just continuous beautiful weather here in Seattle. We are delighted to be with you on this Sunday. Mariners baseball on your TV. Dave Sims, Dave Valley sitting in for Mike Flowers. Welcome everybody to Safeco Field. Mariners going for the split against the Tampa Bay Rays. Young Mike Montgomery will be opposed by Chris Archer. Let's take a look at the Rays lineup that will face their former teammate.
Here's the lineup that Kevin Cash has put together for this afternoon. Jake Elmore, Brandon Guyer, Joey Butler, Logan Forsythe, Steven Souza Jr., Mikey Matuk, Nick Franklin, Rene Rivera, and Bobby Wilson. Jake Elmore is having a solid series, 4 for 10 on the mound for the Mariners this afternoon. Mike Montgomery's had one start, ERA of 1.50. He was outstanding in his debut against the New York Yankees.
Valley was so poised in that game. It was so impressive. As Jake Elmore looks at the first pitch off the plate for ball 1.
You may not realize just how special that was for a long time. When he's done playing, he's going to look back on that game, and it will never be forgotten.
Montgomery coming over from these Rays on March 31st for Erasmo Ramirez. He called up last week. Juices might be pumping a little extra today going against a team that he was once with, most recently with. He was originally drafted by Kansas City, supplemental first round 2008 draft, 36th overall, 3-0. There's a strike. 72 degrees at first pitch, wind out of the west at 4. Wonderful conditions.
Always a little bit different when you're facing guys that you played with and that you have personal relationships with.
Absolutely. And how do you channel your emotions? Talk about that after you do the defense.
Here's a look. The American Family Insurance defensive setup for the Mariners. Seth Smith, Austin Jackson, and Nelson Cruz around the outfield. And in the infield, Kyle Seager, Brad Miller, Willie Bloomquist over at second today. Logan Morrison at first, and Jesus Sucre getting the start behind the plate.
What key is when you're facing these guys, the phrase that it is so applicable to so many things in sports, and especially baseball, as Brandon Guyer stands in. Slow it down, right?
Slow it down. Try not to look at the faces. Stick with the game plan that you had prior to the ball game. Sometimes those emotions can kind of swing you in different ways when you're out there.
Brandon Guyer, the hitter, he's in left field today.
Mike's going to need to really control that running game here this afternoon. This Tampa Bay team is very aggressive on the base paths. We saw a couple of stolen bases in that first inning yesterday.
Kiermaier was a force. On 1 to Guyer.
Mike Montgomery's going to come at you with a fastball, curveball, slider, and change. And that start against the New York Yankees. We saw him go mostly with his fastball and changeup.
Held on by Sucre. Ball and 2 strikes. There have been some close games in this series. Rays win the opener on Thursday 2-1. They win 1-0 on Friday. Mariners win 2-1 last night. The Rays are the #1 defensive team in the American League. The Mariners are 3rd. Rays lead in ERA. The Mariners are 5th. Problem with both of these clubs is scoring runs. Mariners are 29th in all of baseball, and Tampa Bay's 27th.
See Jesus Sucre looking into the Mariners dugout, trying to get those signs as far as controlling that running game.
Ball 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Worked inside. Got the strikeout. 1 away.
Montgomery just cutting that inside corner right here with this fastball. Sucre doing a nice job of framing that pitch. Looked like it might have been a little bit in.
Welcome back, Jesus Sucre, after being sent down. No Robbie Cano in the lineup today. So we get today off, and then tomorrow's an off day, so get a chance to refocus on some things. Joey Butler is the hitter, and with Chris Archer on the mound, the way he has dominated I asked Lloyd McClendon this morning. So listen, he's 0 for 13, 0 for 14 against this guy. He's had a tough homestand, chance to recharge. And he says, I don't think he's unhappy about having to face this guy either. Talking about Chris Archer.
Well, the other thing that it does, Dave, is getting a day off today. They've got a day off tomorrow. It becomes a very strategic day off because now that's not actually just one game. He's got 2 days to kind of refocus and try to get things turned around.
If he does have any physical ailments, and I don't believe he does, but if he does, and get that treated. Look at a lot of videotape. Working with the coaches as Butler, dangerous hitter, batting in the 3-hole here. 2-1 count. Sort some things out. Robbie yesterday 0 for 4. The night before he went 0 for 4 and left 6 men on base.
Everybody can use a mental day off as well when things aren't going your way. Just take a look at what Robbie's done over the last 14 days, hitting only 192, and then go back another 30 days and hitting only 213 in that span.
Given his history, at some point there's a breakout coming.
Somebody's going to pay.
2-1. Way outside. Nice save by Sucre.
That changeup right there that slips out of the hand of Montgomery.
There's Robinson Cano.
This is a guy that plays every day too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you look back over the course of his career, he's logging 160, 162
without
games
a doubt, yeah,
consistently.
It's only a second day off. Strike on the outside corner. Butler thought he had a free one. Count runs full, 1 out, 1 on.
You see tracer shows that that pitch was probably down and away off the plate.
Double play depth up the middle with Miller and Bloomquist. And that one gets past Seager through the hole. Base hit left field. Joey Butler. Base hit. 1 out, 2 on.
Fastball down and in. Butler hits this one right on the button. Right through that 6-hole on the left side. One of the hotter hitters for this Tampa Bay Ray ball club.
Brings up Logan Forsythe. A back-breaking leadoff homer in the 9th inning Friday night. 1-0 Rays victory. Plate umpire, crew chief Doug Eddings, Jim Wolf's at first, Adrian Johnson at second, and Jonathan Payne.
Doug Eddings barking back at the Tampa Bay dugout. Looks like he's been pretty generous with those pitches down. Kevin Cash letting him know.
Oh, 1 pitch. 1-1. Montgomery trying to find it. Gave up 1 run on 4 hits. 6 innings of work on Tuesday against the Yankees. And that is hit center field. Getting a wave on is Elmore. No throw. And the Rays have a 1-0 lead. Both runners look like they were doing a double steal, then they stopped, and then there's the base hit. Elmore able to come around to score.
Yeah, there was a little hesitation in Elmore at second base. He took that first step, stopped, and started going back, and then had a restart once he saw Forsythe single to center field. The ball hitting right off the end of the bat. Not a hard hit ball. Austin Jackson having to come a long way in to feel that.
Sure did. RBI for Forsythe is 26, and a visit by Rick Waits, the pitching coach.
What a great job Rick Waits has done with this staff, both the starters and relievers. One of the tasks he has on hand right now is trying to get Fernando Rodney back in sync. Fernando was given the night off last night, and I believe probably won't be used here today.
Yeah, Lloyd wasn't. He wasn't tap dancing. He just said, "Hey, he's not pitching today." last man standing. So the only way he'd get in there is if there was the 17th inning.
And I don't think anyone wants that.
Right. No. Rodgers still among the leaders in saves with 14, but is struggling. There's Steven Souza Jr. looks at a strike, but Lloyd said that Rick Waits, Mike Rojas will be doing a lot of work in videotape with Fernando to get him back on track. As for closing today, if necessary, to be more than likely Carson Smith. If not he, it would be Mark Lowe, who's been on a fantastic run since coming back from Tacoma.
Mike Montgomery already with 20 pitches here this inning.
2-1. Gonna walk, strikeout looking. Back-to-back base hits. Most recent one by Forsythe, driving in a run. He could use a double play big time right here. Trying to keep that runner close. That's Butler. They take off, swing, and a foul back. So running ball club, 4th in the American League with 38 steals.
And they're not waiting either. As we mentioned yesterday in that first inning, Kiermaier with 2 steals. We've already seen in this top of the first inning, Kevin Cash starting to put this game in motion.
Butler had 2 steals in Thursday night's game, stole 2nd and stole 3rd.
Mike Montgomery, in order to control this running game, he really has to change up his delivery to home. Change up the variable time, how long he'll look, how many times he'll look back there.
That's the other side of playing against your former team. They know your tendencies, and they know your pluses and minuses. As Montgomery's got a 3-2 count. Souza and Mike Took. He's on deck. Ran 2. Go to Willie Blomquist at second base. Willie back-to-back starts. Started at shortstop yesterday. He's in for Cano today.
What a great game he had yesterday at shortstop. Some tremendous plays. Snatching that one hopper.
Drove in the Mariners' first run, too. Payoff pitch. Runners take off. Fouled off.
That might have been the best play Willie had yesterday. Breaking that logjam with that base hit to center field. Mariners had been struggling with runners in scoring position. Felt a huge relief when that ball landed out in the grass and the Mariners scored their first run for Felix.
Gave the Mariners a 1-0 lead in the 4th. Tampa tied it in the 6th. Austin Jackson essentially won it in the 7th with the leadoff homer. Runners go again. This one popped up. No man's land. Is Cruz going to get there? Yes, he does. And the runners get back. Enough hang time for Miller to get under it. Two away. Mikey Matuk is going to be the next hitter.
Nelson Cruz covering some ground right here. Ball had a little bit of hang time. Plenty of time for Nelly to come in and make the play. Logan Morrison showing some range over there as well. Just being able to get to the shot.
No, you're right.
Right field.
He's done a great job picking around the bag, and he's shown tremendous range for a big guy going back on pop flies. Good stuff. Montgomery trying to limit the damage to 1 run here in the first inning. Pitch count really rising. There's a strike.
Bottom portion of this Tampa Bay Ray lineup struggling this season. We took hitting only 077, Franklin 083, Rivera 156, and Wilson the catcher 154.
Took in his 8th game. Franklin's not played a lot either. This will be his 14th game, swing and a miss. You as a catcher back can appreciate this. Let this be his hiccup inning like it was Felix's yesterday. 24 pitches, stranded 2. His pitch count, Montgomery coming up on 30. He can get this out of his system. Not quite like a breakfast ball, but in the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Just about. A little mulligan right here. Got to make that one more quality pitch right here to get Matuk.
Be pitch number 30. 2-2. And he makes it meaningful as Cruz makes the catch on the track, and that will do it. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. 1-0 Tampa Bay. The Mariners coming to bat. Heroic evening for Austin Jackson last night. His home run provided the winning margin as the Mariners ended a 7-game losing streak. They're now 1-5 in the month of June. Take a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order.
Here's Lloyd McClannon's lineup. Austin Jackson followed by Seth Smith, Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager, Mark Trumbo, Logan Morrison, Brad Miller at shortstop today. Willie Bloomquist on the other side of the diamond at second. And behind the dish, Jesus Sucre. On the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays, Chris Archer. Hard-throwing right-hander has appeared in 12 games with an ERA of just 2.01.
Fastball, slider, he told me, and he's got the changeup starting to come along really well, but he dominated. He got a no decision against Felix when we were in St. Pete recently. Here's a fly ball, right field line, goes foul.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that game. Had only 85 pitches, 12 punch outs. Mariners came back and ended up winning that one.
He pitched a whale of a game too. No runs on 2 hits, didn't walk anybody. That's the game that Cruz won in the 9th inning with a 3-run homer.
And that went into the tank.
Oh, it's great. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Archer uses his fastball 54% of the time, slider 38%.
2-2 to Austin. Archer career 0-2 against the Mariners, a 2.70 ERA in 4 starts. The Rays have lost all 4 of those starts. 15 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings against the Mariners dating back to 2013. Swing and a miss. There's his first strikeout.
And that was that hard slider right there. Very sharp, hard, and a very late movement, which causes hitters to do a lot of chasing of that slider outside of the strike zone.
Dating back to May 27th when the Mariners first saw Archer this season. He had 12 Ks. Kluber came up with 13. Bauer with 10. Pineda struck out 9. Sabathia struck out 6. Tanaka struck out 9. A lot of power pitchers. A lot of big strikeout artists. facing off against the Mariners. 1-0 to Seth Smith. Shift on against Seth. 1-1. Also in there, Salazar with Cleveland. So the top 10 strikeout guys in the American League, the Mariners have seen 4 of them in a very recent stretch. Back up the middle, but the shortstop waiting for it. There's that shift again. There's 2 down.
Here's a look at the American Family defensive lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. In the outfield, Brandon Guyer, Mike Matuk, Steven Souza Jr. In the infield, Jake Elmore, former Mariner Nick Franklin at short, Logan Forsythe, Rene Rivera playing first today, and Bobby Wilson doing the catching.
Here's Nelson Cruz. Continues his hit parade. 2 for 4 last night. He's 3 for 12 against Archer. And Nelly, with the 2 hits last night, moves up to 3rd in the American League in hitting behind Fielder and Kipnis. Fielder leading the league at 356, Kipnis at 332, and Cruz at 326.
One thing that makes Chris Archer so effective is just the smoothness of his delivery. Very efficient delivery, not a lot of herky-jerkiness, but boy, that ball just really jumps out of his hand. He's already touched 97 miles an hour this afternoon.
Strike low into the zone.
Well, he's been consistent for both sides, Doug Eddings has.
Breaking ball. Fouled off.
I'm sure if he continues to stay down there, though, there'll be a little bit more conversations, let's say, on both sides.
Yeah.
Managers.
Archer, 26 years old, out of Clayton, North Carolina. Second year of a 6-year contract with the Rays. Nice Sunday hop. Nick Franklin throws him out. So Nick's made the last 2 plays, and a good inning for Chris Archer. Mariners go 1-2-3 in the first, and the Rays lead at 1-0. Big catch. Foul ball a few minutes ago. Check this out. This one guy thinks he's got this wrapped up. No, he doesn't. With the outstretched hand, 2 hands, makes the catch. Gets a little dap there from Steven Souza Jr. Nice catch. The guy in white. I could have been a contender.
I can't believe I didn't catch that ball.
There's ex-Mariner Nick Franklin. Franklin playing in his 14th game. The Mariners were in St. Pete. He had just been called up. Switch hitter. Swing and a miss. But David, let's see if Montgomery settles down after through 30 pitches in the first inning.
This is where you have to start to make those adjustments. I'm sure as soon as he got in the dugout, Rick Waits and him sat down and talked a little bit. Never a good thing when you start out a ball game with over 30 pitches in that first inning.
Out in the Sucre's glove, strike two. Bloomquist under it, sunglasses on, shielding sun with his glove. Nice two-hand catch. The ball tailed on him a little bit. One away here in the second. All-star balloting. It continues, and Nelson Cruz is leading in the DH category. So vote for Nelly up to 35 times on the Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot at Mariners.com. Voting is exclusively online and available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Vote at Mariners.com. Another ex-Mariner, Rene Rivera. A lot of offers in this lineup. The runs that some of these Tampa players are on 0 for 4, 0 for 4, 3 0 for 10s. So you'd like to see the Mariners be able to take advantage of that. Rivera playing at first base today, hits us from foul. As Charlie Montoyo, the third base coach. Another good day for Cotton Candy. And Dennis and her neighborhood are smiling.
Now, we saw some cotton candy last night, and that young man was wearing it on top of his lips. This young lady's a little smarter.
That's it.
She's found a better place for that cotton candy.
Austin Jackson for the catch. 2 outs. Well, 2 batters. And Montgomery seems to have settled down a little bit. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, the bottom half of this lineup is where Mike Montgomery needs to really take control over. Starting with Souza Jr., who's hitting .219. He kind of goes down from there.
077, 083, 156, and 154 to start the ball game. There's Bobby Wilson, number 2 catcher. Back in his home area from the Tampa Bay area. 2-0. Jackson has this under control as well. It knuckled on it, but he had it all the way. Montgomery, nice inning. 1, 2, 3 on the bottom third of the order. Rays lead at 1-0. There's baseball here on Root Sports, being brought to you by your local Ford stores. By the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Under the Sun Tour, July 25th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. By Alaska Airlines, enjoy free entertainment on your personal device. Learn more at alaskaair.com. And by Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more as you look at Portage Bay up here at UW. Gorgeous, gorgeous weather we're experiencing here in the great Pacific Northwest. I'm glad you're with us here. Mariners wrapping up this 11-game homestand. They're 2-8. Dave Sims, Dave Valley with you. Talk to you again on Tuesday from Cleveland. Cleveland, Houston, and San Francisco on this road trip. Here's Kyle Seager. Kyle looks at a strike. Doug Eddings hearing it from some of the fans. Seager 0 for 10 against Chris Archer. 183rd consecutive start for Mr. Seager. Fouled off.
Yeah, that first pitch looked a little bit high and outside.
Dave Valley, the astute former catcher, not missing anything, taking it right down to the middle.
We're going to show you why I actually just said that too in just a minute.
0-2 to Seager. Seager, Trumbo, and Morrison 4, 5, and 6 here for the Mariners. Nice job by Seager to shorten up, just pugs that thing out of play. Chris Archer, really good year. Second in strikeouts in the American League starting today behind Cleveland's Corey Kluber. Seager, he's hit safely in 19 of his last 23 games and had 8 multi-hit games. 1-2 up high. Shift on against Kyle as it is for all the left-handers. Kevin Cash, big league catcher with Toronto, Tampa Bay, Boston, the Yankees, and Houston. Mark Trumbo's on deck.
Let's go, Kyle. Come on, baby.
Kyle Seager with 2 strikes, chokes up a little bit better bat control.
That's another one off, making Archer work. Rays lead on a 1-out RBI single in the first inning by Logan Forsythe.
Look at all those pitches on the outside corner, just going top to bottom. Archer not wanting any part of Kyle Seager on the inner half.
Not in this ballpark. Center field. Mikey McTook.
So this is what happened right at the start of this inning. Chris Archer walks straight out towards the home plate umpire. Has a little conversation with him. Pretty kind of animated, actually, with his hand gestures. You get a chance to share. Now watch this. Look who comes out to warm up Chris Archer. Is that the manager?
Yes, it is.
Might he have a couple of things to share with Mr. Eddings as well?
Great opportunity to get your message, right?
No question about it.
Come on, Doug. Strike one. Baseball guys will take advantage of any and all opportunities, correct?
Every time, you know, and I think that's the best way to do it, you know, to have a little bit more of a personal interaction than yelling from the dugout where the whole world can see and hear.
Well, you always say, you tell me this, it seems like the thing I hear most often from umpires after a fracas or something, hey, he tried to show me up.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, so when Chris Archer goes out there and is looking the man eyeball to eyeball, you know, you can have some things and say some things that maybe you wouldn't be yelling across the diamond.
Right. This is in the first inning. It's going to be a strike all game.
Well, he's been consistent with it, and this has been down below the knees.
Oh, come on.
2-2 to Trumbo.
That first pitch to Mark Trumbo was down off the plate, and Doug Eddings called it a strike. So what he's trying to say is, guys, I'm going to be calling that pitch. I'm going to stay consistent, so you better start swinging at it.
Trumbo fouls it off, looking for his 3rd hit as a Mariner.
Ready to check, Trumbo.
Smart young man, Chris Archer. Good guy.
Always dangerous when guys like Chris Archer or Felix Hernandez starts getting pitches that are off the plate.
High heat. Beats Trumbo. Second strikeout for Archer. 2 down in the second.
Here's something Chris Archer does so well. He went slider, 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 and then throws that 97-mile-an-hour fastball in the eye area, right out over the plate. A tough pitch for any hitter to lay off of. You see it so well, but it's impossible to catch up to.
Logan Morrison, the hitter now, 13-game hitting streak. He has been productive. Led off about 3 times during this homestand.
Chris Archer has a very quiet presence out there on the mound.
He's all about pounding strikes. Chris went 10-9 with the Rays last year, 9-7 in 2013. Banged around the minors from 06 till his call up in the 2012 season. Way upstairs, 1-2. He's #1 material.
And he's had to step into that role with his ball club with all the injuries that they've had to Moore and Cobb, and they lost James Shields.
They lost Price.
And Price. This young man has stepped into that role of ace for this ball club.
Another thing, too, we talked about yesterday, injuries. Significant injuries to James Loney, John Jaso, and Desmond Jennings. In this division, the AL East is not what it used to be, but they're right there, right on the heels of the Yankees. Swing and a miss. Morrison's gone. Archer's 3rd strikeout. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Time now for our CenturyLink What's Next. The Cleveland Indians. That's who's next. Roenis Elias pitched much better than that 2-3 record. That's a good ERA. He's been really good. He goes against the defending Cy Young Award winner Corey Kluber. Taijuan Walker has pitched well lately. Starting rotation's done a nice job. Last 5-6 games. Just not enough offensive support.
Yes, they have given the Mariners every opportunity to win. Did so last night with their ace on the mound, Felix Hernandez.
And Felix, picked himself up after a rough first inning in which he threw 24 pitches, wound up giving up just 2 hits and 1 run. Line drive left field, that'll drop. That's off the bat of Jake Elmore.
Just looking at what's coming up there, you see Kluber and Bauer. So after facing Archer, you've got 2 more strikeout artists in Kluber and Bauer waiting for you in Cleveland.
Repeat action. Bauer 10 Ks against the Mariners when the Tribe was here, and Kluber had 13.
And his high this season was 18.
Yeah. Brandon Guyer struck out looking first time. 1-0 on a Logan Forsythe first inning RBI. 30 pitches for Montgomery in the first, 13 in the second.
Elmore now 9 for 21 versus the M's this season. That's over a 400 average.
I think we've seen enough of him. Fly the ball right field for Cruz. Just joining us, no Robinson Cano getting the day off. Fernando Rodney will not be closing today. Will either be Carson Smith or Mark Lowe if necessary. Beautiful day, good family day here. The next Sunday home game for the Mariners will be Father's Day. 2 weeks from today, the Houston Astros. The next 2 weekends. Next weekend, the Mariners are at Houston. The following week here at home. Houston will be here, so 6 games against the division leaders. Joey Butler, single to left on a 3-2 pitch in the first inning. The last time we see Tampa Bay for this season, but I have been impressed by Joey Butler. Big guy, short to the ball, stays up the middle.
Got some good bat speed as well. Butler hitting .330 on the season. And they've got a number of young players who have had an impact on this ball club.
All right, Butler threw the whole base hit. Breaking ball that he jumped all over. 1 out, 2 on.
Montgomery left that pitch up and out over the plate. This is a curveball as you take a look at the Alaska Supermo. Again, this ball is just barreled up. Very similar to his first base hit back in the first inning. Solid singles through the 6th hole.
Here's Forsythe. Went 0 for 4 last night. 1 for 4 on Friday. Big one, the game-winning home run leading off the 9th. And 0 for 3 in the first game.
Mike Montgomery needs to keep an eye on Elmore over at second base. Rays have already attempted a double steal. Thought about it another time.
Comebacker. Here's a double play opportunity. Uh-oh. Did they get it? They do.
Nice recovery right there by Brad Miller.
Oh, I thought Adrian Johnson gave me the punch-out sign there. I did. They get the runner at second. And now Lloyd's going to come out. They're going to take a look at first. Oh, he got him.
He got him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That one will be overturned.
Yeah, absolutely. Adrian Johnson clearly gave the out sign at second base. Brad Miller did a terrific job to catch that high throw and get a piece of the bag and get the throw off the Lomo.
Yeah, my eyes weren't focused on Brad Miller. I was looking at Willie Bloomquist. I just saw that ball floating away. And all of a sudden, Brad Miller seemed like he came out of nowhere from behind Willie Bloomquist and saves this. And eventually will turn a double play. As this one will get overruled.
Jim Wolf, the umpire, at first. And Adrian Johnson at second. That question is to play at first. And out, there we go. I know a double play when I see one, Dave Valley. Come on.
You've been around.
Nicely turned by the Mariners. This day in MLB history. It's always a pleasure to salute one of my all-time favorites, one of the fiercest competitors in the history of the game. Mr. Gibson ties a big league record, striking out 4 batters in 1 inning. The additional whiff coming as a result of a wild pitch as Brad Miller fouls one off. Strikeout victims, boy, some great names for those of us of a certain age. Jerry Lynch, Jim Pagliarone, Bill Mazeroski, and Don Cardwell, the pitcher. Cardinals lost 9-1 to the Pirates.
Bill Mazeroski, one of the former coaches of the Seattle Mariners.
That's right.
Back when I was just a baby, my first big league camp, I was 18 years old, and Maz was the infield instructor for the Mariners at that time.
This play down at first base by Rene Rivera, the catcher, getting some duties at first base today. Certainly knows how to block a ball. Well, Val, you were up at Everett last year as the manager. How do you evaluate this youngster's his approach?
I'd like to see his hands getting a little bit closer. That's it. That's his son. There you go. Now he's starting to look hitterish right there. You might want to put that top hand back underneath if you're going to hit left-handed, though, right? Hitting like a Hank Aaron when Hank Aaron first broke in.
Willie Bloomquist looks at a strike.
A lot of people said that was one reason why they thought he had such strong hands, because he hit opposite way. As a right-handed hitter, you have your left hand on the bottom, closer to the knob.
Is that going to be enough? Good speed by Willie. He's in there with a base hit. Nice effort by Nick Franklin.
Willie Bloomquist bringing some life to this lineup. Big hit last night with the runner in scoring position. This time hits the ball in the 6 hole. The wily veteran still has that speed to beat out an infield hit as Nick Franklin tries to one-hop it over there.
First Mariner base runner after Chris Archer retired the first 7 men that he faced.
Willie turning on the Jets.
Smell that base hit.
That's a catcher for you over there, right? Rene Rivera, just block it with your chest.
Joe Torre went from catcher to first base, then third base, then first base, I believe it was. Yeah.
They won the MVP with the St. Louis Cardinals over at third.
Jesus Sucre 1 for 15. This is his 7th game of the season. Base hit to right here at home. Here's a fly ball to Souza.
Just tells us that MVP award was won in 1971.
And he didn't have a lot of extra base hits.
No.
You know, it wasn't like he was getting doubles and triples.
Well, he reminded me, Joe Torre reminded me a lot of Edgar Martinez, because neither had that great speed, but they just mashed the ball.
Yeah.
Rico Cardi's another guy. Another former batting title guy. Hit, I think, 363.
Right. Big right-handed hitter.
They weren't getting infield singles.
And he covered pole to pole, too. 2 outs. Top of the order, Austin Jackson struck out on a 2-2 pitch. Archer, 3 strikeouts so far. Hasn't walked anybody. Mike Montgomery, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. That walk, it did score. First inning, Logan's Forsythe brought home Jake Elmore.
So we're talking about Rico Cardi. I got a quick Rico Cardi story. I'm in the Dominican Republic about 12 years ago.
Right.
And I get invited to be in a home run contest. Why they ask me, still not quite sure. Rico Cardi's there. He's about 69 years old. Breaks out an old wooden bat.
Right.
Jose Canseco's in this home run derby.
Right.
And he actually was hitting balls out of the ballpark.
Rico Cardi was in 69.
Santo Domingo. Yes.
Bless his heart.
Couldn't believe it. Still a
Bless
big, strong
heart.
man.
Oh, man, I love hearing those stories. Man, that was let's see, was Rico on a 69 team of the Braves that lost the NLCS to the Mets? Might have been. We'll have to look that up. That man can hit. Olmquist had a pretty good lead. Gets chased back.
He's actually from the same town as the starter for the Rays last night, Polo May. They're both from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. That
town has got to have per capita most big league players out of that country, and maybe out of any city. This is a foul ball. Ricardo Adolfo Jacobo Cardi. Big boy, 6'3", 200. 75 years old now. Enrico Cardi played 15 years in the big leagues. 204 homers. 299 batting average, 369 on base, and slug 464. I'll take that.
So I'm going to say, you said he was 6'3", 200. Now, typically,
right,
when those numbers are never changed, so you're measured and weighed when you sign, and then they never change. So, because I guarantee you, he was bigger than 200 pounds.
Oh, the foul ball. The bat of Jackson.
And I'll use myself as an example. If you look me up right now, it will say Dave Valley 6'2", 205. I haven't been 205 since high school.
And that was yesterday. Yeah, but you know.
Look at that bat right here by Austin Jackson.
It's a tough pitcher. 2-2 count. Blomquist good speed at first. Willie runs. Pitch swung on and missed. That high fastball again. For Archer's fourth strikeout as the Mariners strand a runner in the third and trail 1-0 as the locomotives, the railroad industry, getting it done today. With the Rays, they trail 1-0. And Mariners Kids Cap Day coming up on Sunday, June 21st, when the Mariners meet the Astros. All kids receive a specially designed baseball cap courtesy of Aquafina. Cap's not available in stores, so make plans to be on hand here at Safeco Field June 21st. For tickets, go to mariners.com. All right, probably his first ball game. Little brother, big brother. Nice looking family. Steven Souza Jr. going to lead it off. He's 0 for his last 11. It'll be Souza, Took, and Franklin 5, 6, and 7 here in the fourth inning against Mike Montgomery. Former Tampa Bay Ray, strike one. Souza flied out to right. Nice pitch. Another good crowd for the Mariners. 27,906 here at Safeco Field. Montgomery misses outside. Mariners start today 6th in attendance in the league. Tampa Bay dead last. Rays average attendance has gone down since the Mariners left town 10-11 days ago, down to 14,600. 14,600 for a major league team.
Not good.
Oof. in spite of that, they field competitive teams year in and year out these last few years. Joe Madden years, and now this season here with Kevin Cash. 2-2 to Souza. 0 for 4 in last night's game. 0 for 4 the game before that. Had a base hit and an RBI in Thursday's 2-1 Rays win. Nice job by Montgomery. Snags it, throws out. Souza one away. Our real life triple play. ST Express buses, Link Light Rail, and Sounder trains. Weigh your options at soundtransit.org. Double play got Montgomery out of trouble in the third inning. 13 pitches in the second inning. Little rocky in the first inning, gives up the run. These look good. First pitch strike to Mikey Took. Took Cruz to the track in right field his first time. Good pitch. Changeup. 0-2.
Now we're talking. What could be better than a helmet full of ice cream?
Man.
Especially chocolate ice cream.
That is a good call. Jackson cruises over to make the catch. Boy, Montgomery got that first one out of his system. This has really been good.
Yeah, he's really settled in, working ahead in the count. Now, compared to that first inning where he was falling behind, much better command of his fastball and changeup.
There's Nick Franklin. Popped out the Bloomquist. Off the fifth, Seager gives ground, steadies, and nicely done by Logan Morrison at the back end. 9 pitches to get his 3 outs from Montgomery. 1-0 Rays. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Clearwater Casino Resort. So many reasons to come out and play. By BNSF Railways, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by the Washington Department of Labor and Industries. Hire smart and go to protectmyhome.net. Good view from Cougar Mountain. Beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. Mariners looking for a win here. Finish this homestand at 3-8. Finish this series against the Rays and wrap up the season series at 2-2 here after sweeping them down in St. Pete. Here's Seth Smith to lead it off, followed by Nelson Cruz and Kyle Seager, 2, 3, and 4. Smitty in his first at bat, grounded out to short. Chris Archer with 4 strikeouts, retired the first 7 men that he faced before giving up a base hit, an infield hit to Willie Bloomquist in the 3rd inning. You're laughing at Doug Eddings. He's all over the ballboard, wasn't he?
Well, he just gave a couple away to the folks that were honored from the military.
There's a base hit into the gap for Seth Smith. Gonna get to the track. Smitty with a double. Leads off the Mariners' fourth. Seth Smith with his 14th double of the season.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Mariners. Leadoff double here at the bottom of the fourth inning. Seth Smith. Take a look on the Alaska Supermo. Gets that fastball up, out over the plate. And drives it in that right center field gap for a double.
Team leading 14th double. There we go. Thumbs up all around the room. Gotta love it. Last 15 games now. That's 9 of Seth Smith's 13 hits have been for extra bases. Cruz a little behind on that one. He grounded out shortstop in his first at bat. First Mariner leadoff hit today. Seth a couple ahead of Robinson Cano and Kyle Seager. I was surprised to see Archer working away from Nelson Cruz.
His first 2 pitches were both sliders painted off of the plate. Archer trying to get Nelson Cruz to go do a little fishing.
0-2 strikes.
3 in a row. What we've seen Archer do to a lot of the Mariner hitters here this afternoon, after throwing a number of sliders, trying to rush that fastball up across the top of the zone.
He got Trumbo with one. And he got was Lomo, I believe it was. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Archer off the mound. And throws wide. Mariners have the first 2 men aboard.
Little swinging bunt from Nelson Cruz. Looked like Archer had a little bit more time than he anticipated. I think he could have gone down here with his glove, but instead he grabs it barehanded, doesn't get a good grip on it, and throws it right down in the dirt. This ball hitting right off the end of the bat, just splattering. Great shot by Alaska Supermo. Watch the splatter.
Jeez. Talk about some English on that. So that'll be an infield hit. And you gotta like what the Mariners are brewing here. First 2 men on board. Kyle Seager is the hitter. Wide out the center in his first at bat. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at first. That infield hit by Cruz. Third Mariner hit. Strike 1 to Kyle. 2 hits in this inning.
Good swing right there from Kyle Seager. Man on third base. You're looking for a fastball up out over the plate. He got it, just fouled it back. Got to have that very aggressive mindset that that's my RBI. You got to get a little selfish here.
Straight away and deep. South the outfield plays Kyle. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Seager got a .315 batting average. Runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs. Him and Cash. And it started Chris Archer well aware.
I think you're going to see Archer be very careful now that he's got 2 strikes on Kyle, trying to get him to go out of the zone.
There it is, right on call. 5th strikeout for Archer. There's 1 away with 2 on here in the 4th. Hey, Mariner fans, Ford dealers in the Pacific Northwest are hosting a peanut butter drive to make sure no child goes hungry this summer. Visit your local Ford store to donate an unopened jar of peanut butter. For more information, visit www.fordfeedskids.org. Come a long way in this country with the way technology is going to go on the TV and say, org!
And everyone knows what you're talking about.
Trumbo, the hitter.
Archer's had a very good slider that he's thrown quite a bit in those 57 pitches that he's thrown so far here this afternoon. It's very short and tight.
Yeah. Trumbo started very aggressively in his early tenure here with the Mariners, going 2 for 4. He's been aggressive up there. He's 0 for his last 9. And he's behind here 0-2. He struck out in a 2-2 pitch in the second inning.
That was the one that you had just mentioned, Dave, where he was up and elevated out over the plate. So now Archer goes after him right here with an 0-2 count.
Outfield straightaway and deep for Trumbo. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6.
He elects to go with the slider, and it is a good one. Starts off in the strike zone, and just at that last minute, slides away as Trumbo swings right over the top for strike 3.
All right, here we go. Pete Lomo needs to come up big here. 2 outs. Hitting streak at 13 games. He's a strikeout victim his first time. Cruz. See if they can manufacture a run. Smith not real fast. Smith hasn't broken for home. Now he breaks for home. Ah, and they got him before Smith scored. Take a look at that. That run does not count. They got Cruz in the base paths. 1-0, and we've got a heck of a highlight to show you from the Houston and Toronto ballgame.
A 1-0 Rays. The Mariners couldn't get one in there. A crazy 9th inning between the Astros and the Blue Jays. Astros led by 2, already won, and Jose Reyes standing on second. Carlos Villar collides with him, trying to catch this Jose Bautista pop-up. What more could Reyes do? He's standing on second base. Chris Colabello, he extends his hitting streak to 16 games with a 2-run single through a drawn-in infield, and that is the way the game ends. 7-6, Toronto takes it. Guys, wow.
Go you Blue Jays. How whacked was that? I've never seen that one before. Mr. Valley, have you seen anything like that?
Not recently. Not recently.
Man, oh man.
But remember that the runner has the ability to stay on the base. He can't leave the base just to get out of the way of a fielder.
0-2 to Rivera up top. It'll be Rivera, Wilson, and Elmore.
I'm not sure where that second baseman was, but that ball landed on the second base side. He looked like he was becoming a little bit more of like a spectator.
Could have helped out.
Blue Jays are tough, though. They've got a lineup that can score some runs.
Hey. There's no question about that. Look out. Blue Jays started today, the #1 scoring team in baseball, 5.19 runs per ball game. Here's a 2-2 from Montgomery to Rivera. Flied out to center field his first time, way outside. Montgomery walked one, struck out one. Both of those happened in the first inning. The walk came around to score. An RBI single by Logan Forsythe. 3-2 to Rivera. Broken bat looper. Willie Bloomquist there for the out. Dave, walk us through how this inning ended.
Right here, kind of unsure why Nelson Cruz, he takes off and then stops right in the middle of there. But take a look at this tag. Clearly gets him before Seth Smith touches home. One thing that this Tampa Bay Ray ball club does very well is defense. They don't give away outs.
Slicing drive that Austin Jackson covers off the bat of Bobby Wilson. 2 down.
And typically in a rundown, you'd really only like to see one throw. That ended up being 3.
2-6, 3-4 on the putout. Quick 2 outs here against the bottom third of the order. Now to the top, Jake Elmore. Walk, run scored, and a base hit.
Montgomery now with 9 straight first pitch strikes. Until that one.
It happens.
That's my fault. I shouldn't have said that.
Don't go there. We're not playing that jinx stuff. Not playing that.
There it is. Right back in sync. And one of the things that impressed me most about Felix last night was he was not sharp in that first inning. Very similar to what we saw against the New York Yankees.
Coming on Cruz. Nice inning by Montgomery. This kid's impressive.
He's made the adjustment.
He really has. Nice job. 3-6. He's retired the last 8 that he's faced. The 1-0 deficit for the Mariners. Mobile game changer for this afternoon. And in the first inning, there's a base hit off the bat of Logan Forsythe that scores Jake Elmore. Rays have a 1-0 lead, and that's where we are right now.
Yeah, Logan Forsythe has been a thorn in the side of the Mariners in this series.
Game game-winning homer a couple of nights ago on Friday.
Both pitchers being pretty efficient here this afternoon. Mike Montgomery with 73, Archer with 60.
Archer with 6 strikeouts, number 2 strikeout man in the league starting today's action. Logan Morrison is at the dish when Cruz tried to manufacture a run by getting caught in a rundown trying to score Seth Smith from third. Homo a strikeout victim. First time up. This is in the process of completing the second time around against Chris Archer. What are the boys in the dugout on the first base side learned?
Don't wait. Look for your pitch and be aggressive.
And they get down. Let's see. Nice catch. Mikey Matuk.
I'll tell you, we talked about how this is the #1 defensive team in the American League. And they have shown that this series between Kiermaier out there in center field, and now there's a great grab by Matuk.
And slicing away from him, and he read it nicely.
They're very aggressive. These guys are not afraid to dive. I mean, they're going all out. They're not going into a sliding catch. I'm talking about they are laying out.
Brad Miller grounded out the first. Brought in between. There's a strike.
I'm watching that play on Alaska Supermo. Just hurts my back.
I hear you.
I don't think the back's supposed to bend that way.
Brad Miller's got 2 hits against Archer. Both are home runs. Got a 1-1 count. Brad now with a military buzz cut. Saw him before the game today. Started out in spring training, looked like a rock star. Then he went about half.
Locks.
Right. Nice flap as he runs the bases, right? Then he cut it down about halfway. Now it's like bzzz. Local military barbers would be proud. Good pitch by Archer, 2-2.
Archer's been throwing that slider often this afternoon. It's been very effective, both to the righties and left-handers.
6 strikeouts, no walks. You heard Doug Edding say ball outside. Counts run full. And for that's what I have. That's his first full count. Pay it off.
It just shows you the confidence of Archer in that slider with the 3-2 count, not afraid to throw it. Looking for Brad Miller to go chasing that slider down and in.
Nick Franklin, the former Mariner there. 2 away. Star Wars night right here at Safeco Field. It's coming up Friday, June 19th. Mariners will be hosting the Astros, and you're going to get a chance to meet more than 35 Star Wars characters. There'll be a post-game Star Wars themed fireworks show. So make sure you get your tickets. Go to Mariners.com. Here's Willie Bloomquist, got the Mariners' first hit. Archer started the ball game, retiring the first 7 men that he faced, and then Willie got an infield hit. Hit to the left side. Mariners would love to get this win and launch them into this next road trip. Mariners came home after 6-3 road trip, which came after 6-3 homestand, and now they're 2-8 on this homestand. They head to Cleveland for 3, Houston for 3, San Francisco for 2, and then get the Giants, the defending world champions, for 2 more right here at Safeco Field. Houston and KC to follow.
Really battling up there. 0-2 count. Like his approach with 2 strikes. Shortens up.
There's the 0-2. struck him out. Strikeout number 7 for Archer. He has been a dominant force. It's 2 games now, 19 Ks against the Mariners as Matuk makes a fine grab out center field and ouch. Youth, baby. Ouch. Youth.
Oh, my.
Pilates, yoga, it's all coming into play. Mikey, good job. Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today only at Jack in the Box. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Good look at Husky Stadium. 3rd down and 6 for the Huskies at the Cougar 19-yard line. And then that truck is the truck erupts. No, the other way around. Brandon Guyer to lead it off. Guyer, Butler, and Forsythe, 2-3-4.
Well, I do have a Husky in my house.
That's right. Good for you. Did pretty well. Right center field. Cruz, oh brother, you do not want to see that collision because Austin's not going to win many of them. Cruz made that catch.
Belly being very aggressive on this, going a long way. Looks like Austin Jackson's yelling, "I got it."
Oof. Austin's a ripped about what, 185. Nelly's a ripped 230. You do the physics.
Yeah, not good. Good concentration on the Alaskan Supremo by Nelson Cruz. That left forearm getting Austin Jackson right in the noggin.
Man. One more routine. Although it's got some pretty good carry back to the track for Nelly. Quick 2 outs. Again, a big tip of the cap to Mike Montgomery. Rocky first inning. And Val, his efficiency's been outstanding.
Yeah, you take a look at his first inning, give up 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 run allowed on 30 pitches. The last 4 innings, only 2 hits, no walks, no runs allowed on 44. Quite a bit of a difference.
Meanwhile, the other side of this pitching matchup, Chris Archer counting his start down in St. Pete today. 13 innings against the Mariners, 19 strikeouts. Up and in to Forsythe. Drove in the game's only run in the first inning. Bounced into a double play in the 3rd. Two-0. Cruz has caught 5 fly balls today. Jackson has 4. A lot of fly balls. Oh yeah, quick hands. You can play hockey, goalie. Nicely done. 2, 3, 4. 6, 7 pitches to get the 3 outs, 1-0 Rays. Wow.
You know, there was this whole group of Rays fans the other day down underneath the tunnel that said, "Hi, Angie." And I was just like, what is that? Realized later, probably the Souza clan. Sorry about that, but that's what happens sometimes. Rays are in town, a family divided right here. Jessica sent this one in. Brad sent this one in. It's a birthday ball from the king. Is there a better president? I'm not sure about that. And then, how about this? Ethan is staying true to the blue while saying, "I do." Guys?
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Jesus Sucre leads off. Sucre, Austin Jackson, Seth Smith, 9-1-2 against Chris Archer.
Andy's shortchanging herself, don't you? She's famous all over the country.
There we go. Sucre flied out to right. First time up. Playing in his 7th game this season. And he did go. That's 8 strikeouts for Archer today. And 12 the first time he saw the Mariners. And it's 13 in the 3rd innings. 20 Ks for Chris Archer against the Mariners. Make sure you stick around after the game. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines will be coming your way.
Is there anything better than ice cream on a sunny Sunday afternoon at the ballpark?
You haven't made the call for the delivery yet?
My goodness.
I'm stunned.
Rick Riz and I were talking before the game about that today. We were doing the pregame on the radio, and we were talking about having and I know you're going to remember this, those chocolate malts.
Absolutely.
With the wooden spoon.
Yes. I want another one. Hey, Dad, go to get yourself. What do you think? Money grows on trees here, huh?
It was a red and white cup, wasn't it?
Right.
Carnation, maybe.
Good looking pitch by Archer. 2-1. He struck out Jackson twice.
I must say here at Safeco Field, they have some tremendous options for great food all around this ballpark.
That's right. And you have to go home and do aerobics and sit-ups afterwards after you partake, right? Good eats.
It's all part of the good ballpark experience.
Yes, sir. That's going to work. Base hit. 3-1 pitch. 4th Mariner hit. A 1-out base runner in the 6th.
Austin Jackson does a good job of fighting this pitch off. Landing very softly in the outfield grass like an Easter egg. See how he pulls his hands in, gets the barrel of the bat to the ball. Actually, that ball was a little bit more towards the label. But that's a line drive in the box score tomorrow.
Absolutely. Seth Smith, 1 for 2 day. Double to the right center field gap in the fourth. Got him to third, couldn't score him. 1-0 on a Logan Forsythe first inning single.
Here's where you'd like to see that double, another double from Seth Smith. Watch Austin Jackson carry the mail all the way from first base. I think we may see Austin Jackson in motion during this at bat. Got a good lead over there at first base.
Jackson 7 out of 12 in base stealing. Mariners 11th in the league in that category. Tampa Bay's 4th. Archer comes set. On to Seth. No Evan Longoria for the second day. The All-Star third baseman for the Rays out with a sore wrist. Jake Elmore down there at third. What a versatile player he is. Play both corners and play in the outfield as well.
These guys are important to have. Be able to give certain guys days off.
Outside to Seth. 2-1. Mariners left a runner on in the sixth and another in the check that a runner on in the third and a runner on in the fourth. They've been struck out 8 times by Chris Archer. Got him for 12 Ks in 8 innings down in St. Pete. 2-1. So like Austin Jackson, Seth Smith has a 3-1 count. Nelson Cruz is on deck. Beautiful day here in Seattle. 72 degrees. Last day of an 11-game homestand for the Mariners. Day off in Cleveland tomorrow. Big pitch here to Smitty, 3-1. And he takes it for strike 2.
Well, if I had to guess right now, I'd say that Chris Archer's throwing about 50-50 fastball slider ratio. A little bit more than we normally see him.
Now they move the shift over a little bit more. They move the third baseman back into the shortstop position. Franklin joins Forsythe on the right side. Outfield straight away and deep for Seth Smith. Runner at first. Jackson, he runs. Pitch. Fouled off. Archer's developed into one of the really fine power pitchers in the American League. He's got a 3-2 delivery to Smith. Runner goes, swung on a miss, throw down to second. Jackson is out. Strike him out, throw him out, double play, inning over. 9 strikeouts now for Archer. He's got a 1-0 lead. Oakland for 3. They were tough when they were here at Safeco Field. Houston, the Mariners are 1-6 against the Astros, 0-4 in Houston. Got to turn that around. Giants for 4, and then the Astros again back here. 1-0 Rays. Logan Forsythe, the first inning RBI single. And since then, Mike Montgomery, Dave Valley, has done an outstanding job.
I just like the way he made the adjustment in game right after that first inning where he threw 30 pitches. Came back out, made a great adjustment, started working ahead, and has just been cruising since then.
Steven Souza fouls one off.
Just think about what he's done so far. He's pitched 12 innings for Seattle in the last 2 starts, and he's allowed only 2 runs.
Impressive.
That good changeup from Montgomery. Able to paint that outside corner. That changeup has a little bit of a sink down and away from the right-handed hitter.
Another 1-run ball game. The Rays and the Mariners. That one slipped out of his hand. 2-2.
That's that pitch right there. When you've got a 1-2 count, you'd like to see him bounce that pitch right on home plate. Get a lot of swings.
Swing and a miss. Souza's gone. 0 for 3 today, and that's the second strikeout of the afternoon for Mike Montgomery. 1 away in the 7th. Meet the best mascot in baseball when you stop by the Seattle Children's Moose Den at Safeco Field. Simply head to the den located on the main concourse in center field. The next time you're right here at the ballpark for a photo with the one and only Mariner Moose. Hey, Moose. Took. He is 0 for 2. He's feeling 0-2. Montgomery with 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, giving up a run on 4 hits. Held the Rays hitless since the 3rd inning. With his feet effectively.
He's just putting on a clinic right now, being able to use both sides of the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Mariners got Seth Smith to third base in the 4th inning. Couldn't score him. That's one of the very few opportunities. Matter of fact, he's the only runner to get the 3rd today for the Mariners. As this one chopped, goes foul. Count remains 2-2. Let's take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Astros, they've lost earlier to Toronto. Texas won yesterday. Mistakenly said they lost. They won. They are on a nice roll. Angels lost at the Yankees. And the A's 13 under 500.
Great view from the landing out there in right center field.
Drive deep to left center field. Gone. Mikey took his 2nd home run of the season. It's a 2-0 Rays lead. Get on a 2-2 pitch.
It's one of the few mistakes that we've seen Montgomery make here this afternoon. Looked like he was trying to get that pitch inside. I'm sorry. It looks like he was trying to get it down and away to Sucre, who was set up on the outside corner. This one just comes right in. Dangerous territory for that right-handed hitter. Middle end, thigh high.
Wheelhouse.
Alaska Supermo showing fans trying to stretch out and make that great catch.
Nick Franklin, the hitter, he's behind 0-2 with 1 out and a run in. 1-2.
Montgomery now with 94 pitches.
Good pitch. Picks up a strikeout, his third of the ballgame, second of the inning. 2 down. That'll bring up Rene Rivera. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Val, you know, as a longtime big league catcher, into the 7th inning, giving up 2 runs, hardly a crime.
Absolutely not. We've seen this Mariners starting rotation just do a tremendous job of going deep into the ball game this entire homestand, giving the Mariners an opportunity to stay in the game, opportunity to win.
I like the poise that Montgomery's shown after the Rocky first inning. He weathered the storm like Felix, who's a veteran superstar.
I agree with that. Even after that home run, Dave, and he comes right back, throws some great pitches and strikes out Nick Franklin.
And gets a pop-up to end the inning. Mariners bats got to get to work, trailing 2-0. We'll keep it right here for God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you now to please rise and join us in honoring our great country with the singing of God Bless America. Please welcome Austin Amaya.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Your body, how about stretching your mind as you consider how a Washington's lottery win would change your bucket list? Play today. That is a wonderful view of Husky Stadium. Got the baseball complex there. softball, beg your pardon. Won't be long before the football season will be teed up. Right now, the Mariners need to tee it up and knock it out of the ballpark. Here's Nelson Cruz. Mariners have no runs on 3 hits. Chris Archer struck out 9. Here we play in the 7th inning. And Val, he looks, talking about Chris Archer, looks as strong today as he did when he went 8 innings and struck out 12 back in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, he really does. I think he even has a better slider today than we saw down there in Tampa.
Hey, there we go. Base hit. Nelson Cruz jumped all over 2-0 pitch.
Well, that's the way to get things rolling here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Get that leadoff hitter on base. Good solid line drive single off the bat of Nelly Cruz.
He's got a good homestand.
Yes, he has. Nice short stroke. As seen on Alaska Supermo.
10 for 38 on the homestand for Cruz. Kyle Seager 0 for 2 today. Mariners trail 2-0. Forsythe, the first inning RBI single, and home run by Mikey Matuk in the 7th. Bobby Wilson gone out to talk to Archer. Last 3 starts. Look at that. 36 Ks over the last 22+ innings. 21 of those Ks are against the Mariners.
I'd say he's locked in right about now. But the good thing here, it's a 2-run game. Little bloop and a blast, or how about a line drive off the bat of Nelly Cruz and a blast from Kyle Seager.
Works for me. 1-1. Seager. Time for a breakthrough. He's 0 for 12 as Tom Wilhelmsen gets up 0 for 12 against Archer. No Robinson Cano getting a day off. Go along with tomorrow's off day in Cleveland. Sort some things out. Glendon said his bound. You can appreciate this. The way he's been loading up has not been good, not been consistent, and hasn't fired quickly.
The hitting is all about rhythm and timing. We've seen Robbie just kind of a couple of ticks off on that rhythm, rolling over on balls that typically we're seeing line drives off of his bat.
1-2 here to Seager. Oh, and he boots it. A knuckleball going right to Franklin. Couldn't handle it, and the Mariners have 2 men aboard. Whatever it takes.
Well, looking forward to seeing this pitch on Alaska Supermo. Nick Franklin looks like he's got it the whole way, and at the last minute pulls that glove in. The ball barely gets leather.
Oh, that thing must have been all kinds of movement. Plus, he was side saddled. You think maybe some sun problems?
Well, I'm not sure if how that ball was hit. Wow. Maybe we get another look at that if it was hit right off the end of the bat.
Tying runs are aboard.
First time we've seen Chris Archer in trouble here this afternoon. Take another look right here. Let's see where off that bat that ball makes contact.
Label.
Yeah. It's almost like a changeup. Nick Franklin, I'm not sure if he lost it in the stands.
Yeah, because the way side saddled that thing, right?
Yeah, well, it was just a very strange approach by the shortstop.
There's Trumbo. Ball 1. Mike has struck out his first 2 times up.
Dave, we knew coming into this game runs were going to be at a premium, and you've got to take advantage of any opportunity or mistake that the Rays make. And that might have been the one the Mariners were looking for.
Trumbo could change things with 1 swing. 2 on, nobody out. 1-0 pitch. 1-1.
A good place for his first home run as a Seattle Mariner.
You're voicing what many who are watching are thinking. 1-1 pitch to Trumbo. Popped it up. It will get out of play.
That's the one you're looking for, that pitch right up out over the plate. Trumbo missing that and fouling it straight back.
Hard single by Cruz. Seager with an infield hit. Now a 1-2 pitch here to Trumbo. Popped it up short right field. Coming in right fielder Souza for the out. There's one away with 2 on here in the 7th. Make sure you join us on June 15th during the Mariners-Giants game for the 2015 Mariners Root Sports Tele-Auction. Bid on exciting items like Felix Hernandez and Nelson Cruz autographed memorabilia. All proceeds benefit Mariners Care. Get that picture taken. Fire it baby up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc., etc. Logan Morrison.
Now, Moose is a popular guy here today, isn't he?
Lomo 0 for 2. Slicing drive, left center field, run down by Matuk. Pitch outside. Morrison trying to extend his hitting streak to 14 games.
Lomo 4 for 9 in this series.
It's been a while since he went yard. May 12th against the San Diego Padres. Mariners started today at batting average with runners in scoring position at .212. Morrison hitting a .146 in that category. Had an opportunity here. Mariners did get a runner to third base. That was back in the 4th inning. So strike 2. Cruz at second. Seager at first. Outfield straightaway and deep for Lomo. Infield at double play depth. 1-2. Stop there. Bobby Wilson, nice stop. 2-2.
When you watch strikeout pitchers, you'll find that as soon as they get to 2 strikes, they're not looking to get a ball in the strike zone. They're looking to get that hitter to chase something outside of the zone. And that last pitch, little slider down, wanting to bounce it on the plate.
Archer's got 9 Ks. 2-2 pitch to Lomo. Be the 6th pitch in this at bat for Logan Morrison. It'll be pitch number 106 for Archer. Action at both pins. Tom Wilhelmsen for the Mariners. Looks like Steve Geltz. But Kevin Jepson pitch and he goes chasing, and Lomo's a strikeout victim, and that's 10 Ks for Chris Archer. 2 outs in the 7th.
Slider, Chris Archer's so tough to lay off of. He gets guys to chase over 42% of the time. Alaska Supermo showing us the latest one. Slider down. Eventually bounces right near the back foot of Lomo. For strikeout number 10. Double digits one more time.
So in 14 2/3 innings against the Mariners, it's 22 strikeouts for Chris Archer. Strike 1 to Brad Miller, 0 for 2. Ground out and pop up. Sixth time Archer's thrown more than 100 pitches in a game. Most recently 107, 3 starts ago against Oakland. And he's ahead of Brad 0-2.
Eddings again being very generous right there, that pitch.
I said, going back to, we played that audio clip, Doug Eddings, home plate umpire and crew chief, back in the first inning, said that's going to be a strike all day after he was hearing it from the Tampa Bay dugout. Here's the 0-2 to Miller, 2 on, 2 out. Ball 1.
But boy, when you give an extra inch or two to a pitcher of this guy's caliber, what used to be a very tough situation is almost impossible.
Here we go. 2 out, 2 on. A 1-2 pitch to Brad Miller. Slicing drive, left field, base hit. Here comes Cruz around third. He's going to score. Mariners on the board. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay with runners at first and second. Miller time. RBI number 15 for Brad Miller.
Big knock right here by Brad Miller. Chris Archer goes again with the slider. This time he tries to backdoor it. Brad Miller just slices this one out into left field. You see that slider out over the middle part of the plate. Brad Miller comes through big time right here as he drives in the Mariners' first run of the afternoon against Chris Archer.
1-2 pitch. That moves Kyle Seager up to second. Miller at first. 2 outs. Willie Bloomquist. Infield hit back in the third. A strikeout on 4 pitches in the 5th. Miller, his 3rd hit against Archer. The first 2 are home runs. Willie with a base hit can tie it.
It was Willie who broke the logjam yesterday with a line drive, base hit, RBI single up the middle. Rams are looking for that one more time here.
Angels swept at the Yankees. A's swept at Boston. Boston comes up with a 7-run 8th inning. Houston a loser earlier. Pitch on a corner. We didn't like that one. 0-2.
Well, we saw Eddings call the pitch off the plate to the lefty Brad Miller on one side, and then this pitch on the other side to the right. And that's a pretty wide strike zone.
Well, he's got a battle now. 0-2. Willow's shorten up on that stroke. The 0-2 pitch. Got him. Strikeout 11 for Chris Archer. A run on 3 hits. No errors. 2 left. 2-1 Rays as we go to the 8th. The 8th here at Safeco Field. Dave Sims and Dave Valley and Mike Montgomery. Dave Valley, I think, is Certainly earning his keep in his second start.
Tremendous outing again by the young left-hander, going 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. 2 of them were earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts on 98 pitches. Again, answers the call right here, keeping this Rays ball club close for the Mariners to end up scoring a run. But Montgomery, good fastball, excellent changeup here this afternoon. He mixed in a curveball here and there and a little slider, but tremendous outing by the left-hander.
Take a look at our Alexis pitching matchup. The starters, Chris Archer dominating the Mariners again. He's got 11 strikeouts. He went for 12 strikeouts in 8 innings down at St. Pete. So that gives him 23 strikeouts in 15 innings against Seattle hitters.
The other thing Mike Montgomery did so well was field his position here today. 3 assists from the mound.
Brad Miller. High, wide throw, E6. Not the start the Mariners are looking for defensively here in the 8th inning.
Brad Miller gets this ground ball in the 6th hole. Looks like he gives a lot of thought here as he takes a couple of extra skips before unloading this ball up and away from Logan Morrison.
5th error. And Bobby Wilson be lifted, and it looks like it is Evan Longoria going to run for it.
Those are the ones that can really hurt you, Dave, when you're giving away an out at the bottom of this lineup that is really struggling offensively.
Top of the order, and Jake Elmore. Popped up the punt. Strike 1. Rays with 6 sacrifice punts on the season.
Moore having good success against the Mariners this season, 9 for 21.
That bunt goes foul. The Rays are tied with Oakland, last place for the fewest sacrifices on the season.
Tommy Wilhelmsen, 11 appearances with a 2.63 ERA, 14 strikeouts over 13 2/3 innings. Trying to find out if Elmore is going to be bunting right here one more time with 2 strikes.
And he gets it down. Wilhelmsen says he got it, and he throws to Morrison for the out. Sacrifice 1-3. Longoria to 3rd. Rays in business here. Looking for a fun way to spend Father's Day? Well, make sure you join us at Safeco Field Sunday, June 21st. Mariners will meet the Astros. First 10,000 dads are going to get a Mike Zannino barbecue apron, courtesy of EQC. For tickets, visit Mariners.com.
I need one of those for this afternoon.
Got the crew here, huh? Ready to go?
No, I want to go out and do some barbecuing.
That's it. Gave it to Jesus. A pinch hit. Brandon Geyer. And Lloyd's going to counter, going to bring in a left hand. Wheels are turning here at Safeco Field. Mariners down 2-1. And Vidal Nuno is going to make his Mariner debut right now. And boy, the Mariners need him to come out big. Vidal Nuno will take over for Tom Wilhelmsen.
about how far Mariner fans go. I was even impressed by this one. Using the hashtag #WhereIRoot, Mitchell sends this one in from Singapore on top of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. And then Jessica lets us know that Giovanni is rooting for the Mariners. That is good to know. That is a little cutie. Sandy is in Edgar's Cantina, which is where I wish I was. And it was Little League Day here at Safeco Field, and well played, Steve. Put your kids in front of Root signage to make sure you make the show. Well done. Well done. Guys, back upstairs to you.
Location, 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 Angie. Vidal Nuno, 27-year-old left-hander, just picked up the other day. We saw him pitch against the Mariners when he was with the Yankees, with the D-backs for part of last year and this year. 39 big league games, 31 starts, a 4.13 ERA. Born in National City, California. Went to Baker University in Kansas. David DeJesus, big rip.
Nuno features a fastball, slider, and change. Relies heavily on that slider. The first pitch that he just threw to DeJesus. And Longoria on third base.
Drawn in infield. 0-1 pitch. DeJesus, fly ball towards the line. Cruz there. Longoria tags. He scores, and the Rays lead it 3-1. DeJesus picking up the sac fly, picking up the RBI on the sacrifice fly. His 20th run batted in and his first sacrifice fly of the season. CenturyLink, what's next? The road trip after tomorrow's day off in Cleveland. Ryan Solis against Corey Kluber, Taijuan Walker against Trevor Bauer, and Jay Happ against Sean Markham. Cleveland Ball Club. Boy, they did some wonders here. Took 3 out of 4 against the Mariners. They started today 5 off the pace in the Central Division. Swing and a miss by Joey Butler. Two outs and a run in. Boy, and that error proved to be costly. First error of the series. Throwing error by Brad Miller. So instead of a 2-1 ball game, it's 3-1 as Mariners try to get out of here in the 8th.
Well, we just got a little taste of what the Tampa Bay Rays do so well, the little things. They got the bunt down even though he had 2 strikes on him. Then DeJesus comes in as a pinch hitter, hits the sacrifice fly. Not fancy, but effective.
Took advantage of the error. Butler gone. I think the players didn't realize that was the 3rd out. They all stood there for a nanosecond and maybe 2 nanoseconds and said, you know what, the inning's over. Maybe we can get out of here.
Yeah, that's not a good sign right there when all 9 don't know.
Just got some work to do, and time's starting to run short as we take a look at our Columbia Bank difference in the ball game.
Mike Matuk jumps on a fastball up out over the plate. One of the very few mistakes that Mike Montgomery made here this afternoon.
So no more Chris Archer. Jake McGee out of the bullpen. Val, usually a guy 95 plus.
Yeah, McGee with a 3.86 ERA over the 8 appearances that he has made this season. 11 strikeouts in 7 innings. Opponents are hitting only 185 against the hard throwing left-hander.
Kevin Kiermaier, speedy, good-looking young athlete out in center field. Saw him get 2 stolen bases in the first inning in yesterday's ball game. He takes over in center field for Mike Matuk. Ricky Weeks. We'll run down the changes, and there are multiple changes. Ricky Weeks going to lead off for the Mariners. Pinch hitting for Jesus Sucre. Ricky Weeks likes the fastball. McGee's got a good one. All inside, says Doug Eddings, home plate umpire. Ooh, look out. Oh, man, that bat came up there. Thankfully, no injury. Yesterday in Boston, 2 days in Boston, a woman was seriously injured. I saw a headline a little while ago that said that she is recovering, but it was a life-threatening situation. Thankfully, these folks were not affected.
Always amazed, Dave, by the way the balls would go into the stands or bats, and how very few times someone actually gets hurt. It's almost as if there's some angels protecting the folks out there.
Hear you. Boy, scary. 1-1 to Ricky Weeks. Mariners down 3-1. In tight. So run down these changes for you. And there's a bunch of them. Rivera goes behind the plate from first base. There's a shot to center field. Kiermaier on the case, and he makes the play. So behind the plate now, you've got Rene Rivera, who moves from first to catcher. Taking over at shortstop is Asdrubal Cabrera. Moving from shortstop to first base is Nick Franklin, and we showed you Kiermaier in center field. So 1 out. Top of the order. Here's Austin Jackson.
It's been Austin Jackson the last couple of days that have been a spark plug for this Mariner offense. Hitting a leadoff triple in the bottom of the 9th inning to right center 2 nights ago. Yesterday, double and a home run.
McGee an easy 94. Three and 0. Quote to get Austin Jackson on base and bring Seth Smith up as the tying run. First strike. 3-1. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Rays. A run on 7 hits and an error for the Mariners. 4 left on by Seattle. 3 left on base by Tampa Bay. Pitch held on to by Rivera. The count runs full.
Well, the last time the Rays took out Archer, it gave the Mariners offense a boost. Let's see if it happens here again today. Archer has just been so overpowering.
Crazy good. High fly ball left field. And the catch made
That's it. Come on, baby.
Out there by Matuk, who moves over to left field, so there's 2 away. Follow the Mariners all season long with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is the up-to-the-moment app with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. At MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or tablet. Two outs. Here's Seth Smith. Smith today a double. Right center field in the 4th inning, 1 for 3. Two and one. Joe Beimel, and looks like he's ready to go. Smith trying to get aboard with 2 outs. Bring Nelson Cruz to the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes.
One of the strengths of this ball club and the Rays was their pitching. They've got some strong power arms.
That they do.
Both in their starting rotation and coming out of the bullpen.
Outside. Chris Archer done 7 innings, 7 hits, a run. Has earned no walks, 11 strikeouts. 23 strikeouts, 15 innings against Mariner hitting. Archer takes his ERA from 2.01 to 1.95. 3-2 to Smith. Strike 3 call. Seth Smith, some words for Doug Eddings. Not happy at all. 8th inning's over, 9th inning coming up. 3-1 Rays. Top of the 9th inning, final game of this homestand. Make sure you join us Tuesday during the Mariners game for Twitter Tuesday. You're going to have 5 chances to win exciting prizes. We're going to be posting questions. Want to hear from you. So be sure to watch and follow us on Twitter at RootSports_NW. For giveaway rules, visit us at RootSports.com. Dave Sims and Dave Valley with you in the Root Sports crew. Joe Beimel taking over fourth Mariner pitcher this afternoon.
Bimal with 13 appearances here this year. ERA of 3.09 with 7 strikeouts over 11 2/3 innings. Go along with 5 walks, 1 home run, and opponents hitting only 200 off the left-hander. Has been very effective.
Mike Zunino in the game now for Sucre. Sucre pinch hit for him in the 8th inning. Logan Forsythe leads things off. Got the Rays on the board in the 1st inning with a single. They got a home run from Mikey Matuk in the 7th and a sac fly by David DeJesus in the 8th with their runs. Sac fly, capitalizing on a Brad Miller throwing error. They were able to bunt the runner from 2nd to 3rd and score him on a sac fly. Right upstairs from Joe Bimal. "39 years old, Joe Bimal, 2nd oldest man on the ball club to Fernando Rodney. And lefty specialist, perfect role. Joe up the pitch till he's 50, like Jamie Moyer did.
As a lefty special, I think that's what made Moyer's thing, Moyer's run so unusual, being a starter. But as a lefty specialist, if you're tough against lefties, face 1 or 2 guys every couple of days, not a bad gig.
Not at all. Seager up high for the snag, 1 down.
Kyle Seager showing some quick reflexes right here. This ball is hit on the button. Timing his jump perfectly. That's why he's got that gold sticker on his glove. One of the guys that win the gold glove. Take a look at his Rawlings.
And it helps to be with Rawlings because Mr. Longoria is with Wilson and does not have said tag on glove. Talked to him about that the other day.
It's all personal preference, personal feel.
Exactly.
Whether it's your glove or the shoes that you wear, there's that beautiful gold colored tag by the Rawlings Glove Company. Worn with pride.
Well, it should be. Fell back. Two-one pitch here. 2-2.
They're having a tough series here in Seattle. His first time coming back to the Northwest.
And a chance to interact with David Benson, his high school teammate, out in right field on a foul ball earlier in the game.
I thought they knew each other.
Yeah.
Just the way they.
The one guy missed, and there's Benson. They played together at Cascade High School. Appreciate Britt Schwartz passing along that info. Well, not bad when you're in the outfield, go for a foul ball and see one of your boys. That's pretty cool.
I mean, really, what are the odds that that foul ball actually goes to his buddy?
Yeah, right. Big odds. Those are strikes out of a dandy curveball from Joe Bimal. Here's a play. If you're just joining us, this is the play we were talking about. This one guy thought he had it all the way, and then, yep, there's his high school buddy. My man, what's up?
That's something they won't soon forget.
Very cool. Very cool. I like it. Matuk, home run. His last time up, got a 2-2 pitch. One out in the 7th. Home ring off of Montgomery. Outside to Mike.
Let's go!
1-1 pitch from Beimel. Took a lot off of it. Fouled it back 1-2. Rays will make that diagonal flight back to Tampa Bay. And unlike the Mariners, and just about every year when we play at Tampa, we're going to make that diagonal flight from Tampa Bay to the Pacific Northwest and then play the next day. These guys get the day off. And play Baltimore.
Yeah, the other good thing for the Rays is that you have the trade winds blowing you a little bit faster. It's
Correct.
not quite as long as flying from Tampa to Seattle.
And they got tomorrow off. I beg your pardon. I'll play the Angels for 3, the White Sox for 3, and the Washington Nationals for 2. They get tomorrow off. Last year the Mariners had to do that twice. After playing at Miami on a Sunday, weekend series ended Sunday, come home, play Monday. Then the next time we went to Florida, played Tampa Bay, we did the same thing and played the next day. No blow at all.
Yeah, I mean, in situations like that, the folks who are scheduling need to give a little bit more thought. Just a little.
2-2. That change of pace there by Beimel, and it's booted by Seager. Second error today. First error by Brad Miller.
You don't see that too often from
Sure
the
don't.
Gold Glover.
Slow roller. Well, he committed to it immediately. Sixth error for Seager this season. Nick Franklin 0 for 3.
With that 0 for 3, Nick Franklin's average now down to 0.77.
That's when you're rooting for a malfunction in the scoreboard. Somebody pull the plug.
The worst, Dave, was old Yankee Stadium.
Those big numbers.
Big numbers and straightaway center field. Couldn't get away from it.
That's right, right above the batter's eye. Yeah, that's a good point.
Not that I ever noticed him. That's right.
Hey, just letting you know where you stand.
It'd be like giving ammunition to those fans back in New York.
Right. Get a couple of leather lungs. That's just what you need. Time called. And you being from New York, if you had a couple of boys, maybe a couple of guys you competed against in high school, they want to let you know, yo, Val, hey, look up at the scoreboard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It happened.
Yo, Dave. Here's the 0-1. Beimel should be out of the inning. Error by Seager keeps it alive. He's got a 1-1 count. 3-1 Rays lead. Two and 1. 2 outs, runner at first, 2-1 pitch. Cuomo might have a play. He's hanging with it. Nice job. Well done. Logan Morrison has been sensational doing those types of plays. 3, 4, 5 coming up for the Mariners. Bottom of the ninth. Last licks. Cruz, Seager, Trumbo. Big boys. Let's see if they launch.
All right, we're headed to the bottom of the ninth inning. Mariners have some work to do coming up on Mariners post-game. Jen Mueller will be inside the clubhouse to hear from the players. I like the rally cap right there. Also, we're going to hear from the skipper before the team takes off for Cleveland. And speaking of the Indians, we will get you set for those matchups. It's all coming up on Mariners post-game, presented by Delta Airlines. Guys?
Angie, thank you very much. Cleveland Ball Club's going to be tough. They took 3 out of 4 here earlier in this homestand. Nelson Cruz is going to lead things off. Mariners down 3-1. Another dominant performance by Chris Archer. 7 innings, 11 strikeouts, gave up 1 run, didn't walk anybody, and now Kevin Jepsen takes over.
Jepsen with 26 appearances this season, a 1-3 record to go along with a 1.88 ERA, 21 strikeouts over 24 innings. And opponents hitting only .202 off of Jepsen. Mariners looking for a little bit of magic here in the bottom of the ninth.
To this moment now, the Mariners' 12th consecutive game, they've scored 3 or fewer runs. They have 3 more outs to play with. Cruz 2 hits today, an infield single, and hard smash to left center field for a base hit. Strike 1 from Jepsen. Cruz 1 for 7 against Jepsen.
All the relievers for the Rays have come in very aggressive, really attacking the strike zone, getting strike 1.
Breaking ball for strike 2.
Nice tight slider from Jepsen just at the bottom of the zone. Cruz finds himself 0-2 very quickly.
0-2 to Nelson Cruz. Swing. And hit tag applied by Rivera. And Cruz has gone on 3 pitches.
Jepsen comes back with them. Back-to-back sliders. This one out of the strike zone, bouncing in front of Rene Rivera, as the Alaska Supermost shows us just how far Nelson Cruz was out in front of this pitch.
It's 12 strikeouts. Make that 12, 13 strikeouts rung up by Rays pitching today. There's Kyle Seager. He's career 1 for 3 against Jepsen, former Angel. Getting ahead, 0-1. ball today, 1 for 3. 1-1. Rays got their runs. A first inning single by Forsythe. And took a home run in the 7th. A sac fly by DeJesus in the 8th. Mariners run coming out of Brad Miller. RBI single to left field in the 7th inning. Chris Archer dominated 11 Ks in 7 innings. Kiermaier coming on. He's there to make the catch. Down to the last out here. 2 away, bottom of the 9th. Brings up Mark Trumbo. So Trumbo facing off against Jepson of teammates for time with the Angels.
Outfield defense for the Rays. Very fast cover. Tremendous amount of ground. Seeing both Kiermaier and Matuk make some excellent diving plays this series.
Into Rivera's glove, strike 1. First at bat for Trumbo against Jepson. Eats up the third baseman Elmore. Just ate him alive. That should be a base hit. And the tying run to the plate.
Elmore playing way back on this little high chopper. Whenever you find yourself going away from home plate as an infielder, you kind of put yourself in a very difficult position to field the ball as this ball gets up high and off the heel of the glove of Elmore.
They go E5. Hitting streak and the game on the line here. Lomo 0 for 3, hitting streak at 13 games. Tied up if he can leave the yard here. It's 1 for 1. It was a home run against Jepson. Popped up. Taking a look, Rivera. No play as the runner was on the move.
Rays defense and infield just playing back, not concerned about Trumbo over at first base. Playing no doubles both in the outfield. And Nick Franklin over at first base. Playing just off the line.
Oh, 1 to Lomo. Takes a strike. He's an 0-2 hole as Trumbo takes second. That'll be indifference. So it's all come down to this. Lomo representing the tying run, behind in the count 0-2. Pitch from Jepson. In the dirt. Rivera keeps it in front of him. Count at 1-2. Lomo would love to get a little lift here, a little lift and separate.
Been a while since his last home run, but Mariners still have hopes.
May 12, his last home run against San Diego. 1-2 pitch from Jepson. Takes it. Did not go as they check with third base umpire John Tumpane. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good take right here by Logan Morrison. Tough pitch, a good sharp slider down. Does not go after it. Brings that count back to all even.
Here we go, 2-2. Jepson looking in. 2-2 to Lomo. 2 outs, bottom 9. Pitch. Line drive. Base hit right field. They'll hold up the runner at third. As Souza's got the good throwing arm, you don't want to make that last out at the plate. So the tying runs aboard. The winning run coming to the plate in the person of Brad Miller. Base hit. Lomo extends his hitting streak to 14 games.
Nice swing right here by Lomo. Very patient in this at bat. Had a good swing at that first pitch. Worked it back to 2-2. Then jumps on this fastball from Jepson for a solid base hit to right field.
Miller 1 for 4 against Kevin Jepson.
I was just a little surprised that Trumbo was not sent with the outfield playing no doubles. Souza was way out there. He does have a strong arm, which not really playing it safe.
For Brad Miller. Single to left in his last at bat. Big spot here. He is the winning run. Takes a strike. Brad 1 for 3 today. Round out the first, pop to short, base hit to left. He's got 5 home runs and now 15 runs batted in on the season.
Boy, number 6 right here. We've seen a lot of folks home happy.
No question. Outfield practically on the track. 0-1 to Brad. In the dirt. Smothered by Rivera. 1-1. Hard hit ground ball by Trumbo. Eating up the third baseman Elmore. Kept this game alive. Base hit Morrison. And now 1-1 here to Brad Miller. Trumbo. He's at third. Morrison at first. Elmo, the tying run. Here's the 1-1 to Brad Miller. Swung on a miss. 1-2. Good rip.
Oscar Supermo showing us this last pitch right here. It's a fastball, bell tie, right out over the plate. Brad Miller just swinging just underneath that pitch from Jepson.
Robinson Cano on deck. Pinch hit. Jepson, big pitch at 1-2 to Brad Miller. Swung on. Skied to right. Souza's there. Fighting the sun. Makes the catch. Game over. Rays win it 3-1. And the homestand ends distastefully. 2-9 on the homestand as the Rays take 3 out of 4. Tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough way for this one to end. After that good win last night with Felix on the mound. Got a great performance from Mike Montgomery. The second time that young man has given this team an opportunity to win a game, but the offense just comes up a little short.
Off day tomorrow. Talk to you Tuesday from Cleveland. Start of a long road trip. Cleveland, Houston, and San Francisco. See you back here a week from Tuesday. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Brad and Bill.
3-1 the final, and they take 3 out of 4. The Rays do here as the homestand ends, Bill. The 11-game homestand, longest of the year. The Mariners go 2-9. They score 4 runs in the 4 games against the Rays and don't get it done. And we get right to your local 4 keys to the game. I want to go one by one with you. We go back a little bit yesterday to set up number 1 with Chris Archer, right?
That's right. We talked about the calm before the storm. Well, eventually the storm comes, and you saw what that was all about today. Chris Archer with that big fastball in the upper 90s and a really hard slider. He'd struggled a little bit early to get his control and his release point, but after he got it going a little bit, wow. You see the power and the unbelievable control. He strikes out 11, did not walk a batter. That's 3 performances in a row with double-digit strikeouts and no walks. It's a tough guy to face when he's probably pitching better than anybody in baseball right now. But you know what? The Mariners made him work. Into the 7th, 110 pitches. Had him on the ropes a little bit in the 7th. Just couldn't come up with one more base hit. But the Rays have some kind of gem in this 26-year-old. A special talent that's starting to really figure it out. Chris Archer, glad we're not going to see him anytime soon. That's for sure, because they've had an awfully big dose of this young man. Wow. That is a tough slider right there for a righty. That was the big out in the 7th inning with Bloomquist a chance to tie the ball game.
One of the best sliders in all of baseball. Just 6 hits through his 7 innings, as you said. No walks. He improves to 7-4 on the year. On the other side, Mike Montgomery, maybe not the same stuff, but the same results, matching him inning for inning tonight.
And you give him some kudos for being gritty, because he started off slow. Gave up a run in the 1st inning, really searching for the plate. Fastball up out of the strike zone, couldn't land his off-speed pitches, but he hung in there. He just hung in there, finally started to line up the strikes, 18 to 26 first pitch strikes, threw a lot of fly ball outs. He's got that fastball, he kind of hides the baseball, and it sneaks up on the hitter. There's a big double play ball that got him out of the 3rd inning. And after that, again, just started to mix his changeup in, an occasional curveball, the high fastball above the hands, carried the game for 7 innings, only 2 runs. Wow, fantastic by Montgomery.
So I'm going to give you that one in your keys to the game. Now, the 3rd key, your local Ford keys to the game.
Mr. Smith goes to the 9th. We talked about Carson Smith maybe finishing this thing up again today, but the Mariners couldn't get him in that position. But stay tuned, folks. Carson Smith, that 10-pitch special we saw last night, it's going to appear here very, very soon on the road. An unbelievable start for Carson Smith in his career. The numbers are eye-popping, and he showed you that it's not just that I've got great stuff and I got a dark slider, but I can pitch the 9th inning. I can own that inning.
Good control, came out throwing strikes and got it done 1-2-3 last night. Well, let's get up to the broadcast booth, because I know Dave Valley's sticking around, but maybe not for much longer. Val, I know you're up there.
I'm here, Brad.
And you're looking good, too, in the polos, my friend.
You guys a little cooler out there today?
A little cooler, yes.
I would imagine.
A little bit, yeah. A tough homestand, a tough series. Offense not getting it going. Your thoughts on maybe what you've seen the last 3 games joining us, or today's game, where you want to take this, Val?
It's just a little disappointing here this afternoon, as Billy was talking about another great performance by Mike Montgomery, starting off slow in that 1st inning. 30 pitches. We saw Felix last night start off with 24 pitches, made an adjustment, and went deep into this ball game. Mike Montgomery, the young rookie, doing the same thing. Very impressive to me that he had the poise out there to make that adjustment and really take this game deep, giving the Mariners an opportunity to win. But I think the biggest disappointment, again, it goes back to the offense. The Mariners 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position, 7 hits, but only able to scratch out just 1 run. That's not going to get it done. This is the 12th game that they've scored 3 runs or less. Hopefully they get on the road, they get some things figured out, and get this thing turned around in the right direction, Brad.
Waiting for that one, Val. We appreciate it, my friend.
My pleasure, boys.
All right, 3 straight days.